allow the children. It's okay. It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. She off your mind. Like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, my ego don't come, my people make we shout, my ego don't come, my ego don't come, man of the masses, my ego don't come, my ego diary political, my ego don't come, this one not the off in mind, my ego don't come, and in the touchlight every corner, my ego don't come. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you ladder. My ego don't come. My people make we shout. My ego don't come. My ego don't come, man of the masses. My ego don't come. My ego diary political. My ego don't come. This one not they off in mind. My ego don't come. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my yegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my yegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my yegun don't come. So my people make you laugh. My yegun don't come. My people make you shout. My yegun don't come. Man of the masses, my ego don't come. My ego now I'm on.
Hello there.
Happy
Sunday to you, or happy Eid al-Adha, which is the Ileya day today. Okay, so good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. It is Mayegun, and it is Sunday Sermon live. Thank you so much for joining me as usual. Please, if you don't have any thick skin, if words can get to you because of what we're going to say about these rogues in Nigeria, I advise you not to watch this broadcast for your own good. If you are the type who love political correctness, don't talk like that. Show some respect and all of that kind of thing. Don't watch this. Others, tell them. And if you know this, there was a big, huge kidnapping that took place in Lagos State yesterday. I will tell you about it. And they said a bandit kidnapped them. Fouani and few others were kidnapped at Falomo in Ikoyi, not far from Tinubu's house. Even when Tinubu was in Lagos, they still carried out the kidnapping, and they are demanding for $1.5 million ransom. Meanwhile, the Nigerian senators have agreed with the Nigerian House of Representatives. Don't compromise Tinubu's safety. Buy him a new plane. Shettima too. Well, I am going to take a dig at those useless elders whose tribalism, xenophobic tendencies are being passed down. Reject them. So Sunday sermon normally would take us about between 2 to 3 hours, but we started late. But let's see how far this will take us so that we can possibly have a chat where you can phone in. I probably could create a time this afternoon, and if I can't, I'll let you know. Okay. So the news out there, first thing first, Eid al-Mubarak. Okay. Happy Eid al-Adha to all the Muslim faithfuls celebrating Ileya today. I know this is sort of like since APC, Egbeke came in, Ileyas and few other kind of celebrations have become mixed for many people. But you still have to celebrate what is theirs, no matter what. So enjoy it today as it goes on. And then, we'll go back to life tomorrow again, after and after. But while we are here, as you are celebrating Ileya, as you're celebrating Eid al-Adha, right, here and there, you also need to be very much security conscious. Be very careful, okay? I have seen people who have been complaining of, their inability to buy RAM and so many other complaints, because the cost of a RAM right now is like everything else. But listen, as much as it may not be the type of Ileya you want, or even if it is the type for you that you still have the money, you still have to be very careful. Because yesterday in Lagos, the Mohamed Fouani, a Lebanese, and from what I gathered, right, they were the ones in charge of, they call them the Fouani electronic distributors, right? Distribution company or so in Nigeria. So I heard that there are those who are distributing the Samsung product, Hisense product in Nigeria. So which means they are quite big and they are Lebanese. So yesterday, gunmen trailed their MD, the person who is kind of in charge. So he was tailed and then caught, and he got abducted just at Falomo. For those of you who know Ikoyi very well, Ikoyi, that Falomo side and others, right? It is the abode of those who believe that they are the elites of Nigeria, because you're going to see all tribes there. Yoruba, Hausa, Igbos, big men, big women, big names, and all of them. So because before now, they barricaded themselves to that place, and it wasn't meant to be, like it was meant to be a safe place. Different from the mainland, kind of, but not anymore. Okay? So the failed bad governance is not going to protect anybody, including foreigners. And with this, and as this continues to escalate, it is expected to continue to send a very bad wrong signal, no matter how much you try to live in denial of it. So the kidnappers who took Mohamed Fouani from Falomo yesterday, they are now demanding for $1.5 million. Nigeria media reported it as bandits kidnapped Fouani MD or Fouani Electronics or Fouani Distribution, whatever, kidnapped bandits in Lagos. I know they don't have to be Fulani terrorists, but they are terrorists. So the failed government that you have in Nigeria has created enough different categories of criminals, okay? And this particular one is also mixed, because I know that there are those who have the capability or the capacity to actually unleash violence, terror on the supposed rich, because they are also vulnerable. They have to exist in the in the midst of the millions of people that the system is dealing with or destroying on a daily basis. You're a rich man with your big car, big house, and all of that, with your security, with everything. Bulletproof car as well. How it's not going to keep you safe, where there are people who knows that or who blames those of you who are like rich. And in Nigeria, you only have few people who have real source of how they make their billions, if not from stolen money or collaborating in laundering money for those in government. So the saying that the time is coming that the poor will have nothing to eat but the rich is also coming to play. We have seen those that we believed are immune from all of this madness, or those who believe they are immune, becoming targets of different organized crime. I know the chunk of it is shared by the poor, vulnerable, powerless Nigerians. But Nigeria has gotten to a stage where your money, your connection is not going to protect you. I know the whole crime scene is going to start from the lowest cadre of the what do you call it, of the ladder, and then until it gets to the top, and the whole thing will then collapse. 1.5 million is demanded, and that is probably a better alert and warning for all those who are expatriates in Nigeria. The criminals in charge of Nigeria, they cannot protect you. Those of you who are part of those who are ruining and destroying Nigeria, feeling protected, you cannot be protected when the consequences of what all of you are cooking, the power you think you have, right? When the consequences of all of that starts coming. I sympathize with the families of this, business men. They are the latest victims of Nigeria. They say, may Nigeria not happen to you. And some think it's because you hate Nigeria. That's why you are praying that prayer. No, when it happens to you, you will be so lucky. You will be one of the luckiest to live to tell the story. There are people that Nigeria has happened to. They never live to tell the story. But that is that. Talking about the hardship in Nigeria, which almost everyone has something to say. Things are so hard. Everything is increasing now that the inflation has jumped as well, right? Everybody is lamenting, oh, this or that. However, the rogues in government continue to amuse themselves that all of their actions, though misunderstood by you all, will pay off later, while they continue to make serious, damning fiscal decisions. I'm talking about they are spending the money that they don't have. And the places where they are getting this money from, the conditions they are giving them is to go and further devalue their money. And something they gladly did and still doing. So you see, in this whole chaos, people should calm down. People should give them time, and all that thing you are hearing, okay? Normally, it's more or less like there's nothing you can do anyway, okay? Than just to wait or give them time. Abi, there's nothing you can do. But why you are waiting? And then you are scrambling for whatever you can get to survive. these rogues are planning to buy 2 brand new aircraft for Tinubu and Shettima. I told you, and you see, there is this voice inside me telling me that, Baba, they have already placed the order for the planes. You see all this talk, you know, and it's not going to come from Tinubu. The demand for a new plane. They have told Nigerians now that Tinubu's plane is unserviceable. Shettima's plane, unserviceable. I don't know which plane Tinubu flew to Lagos yesterday. Maybe the unserviceable plane. I don't know. But the impression is that Tinubu will crash anytime, or Shettima will crash anytime, or if they don't get a brand new plane. And that they will never allow to happen. Yeah, you know, Nigeria doesn't have money. We are planning to borrow. I mean, we can't pay the workers as of now. At the same time, we don't want the president to die in a plane crash. That's true. No, buy it too. So the Nigerian senators, they have now joined the House of Rep committee asking that they buy a plane for Tinubu. So if I ask you, right, how much do you think, let me put it this way, okay? Tinubu's house in Lagos was renovated with 4 billion naira. His old rock house where Buhari left was renovated with 7 billion. The place that Shettima stays in Abuja, Aguda House, the same place that Pastor Ruga stayed, they renovated the place with 4 billion. Then they went on to say they completed the vice presidential quarters, so that will be the house now, 21 billion. So they said the office of Bajabia Mole, from the annual budget of 700 million under Tinubu, sorry, under Buhari, the people that occupied the office of National Security Advisor to Buhari, their top budget, including Gambari, was put at 780 or so million, less than 800 million naira a year. But in the first year of Bajabia Mole, his own budget as the National Security Advisor to Tinubu is 10.8 billion naira. I don't know if you remember that though, right? Then the office of the First Lady needed, to be kind of rejigged and all of that. They needed new cars and all of that. 41 billion naira. The Nigerian judiciary, the judges, they are poor, not paid well. So Tinubu increased their salary by over 500%. Then he gave them another 44 billion naira, just for the judiciary to feel better, right? Then the National Assembly, okay, this comprises of members who have been senators. Some of them have been senators for the past 20 years, some for the past 16 years. However, as they come back, they needed new cars. They don't have cars. They are homeless. They didn't have anything. So for them to settle down properly, 247 billion naira. Okay. And at the same time, the rogues also increased the renovation of their National Assembly complex. The one they said they wanted to renovate for 25 billion under Buhari, they have renovated it now. And guess what? It cost Nigeria over 70 billion naira to renovate the National Assembly, repaint and everything. And each lawmaker got a car of 160 million naira each. For 60,000 naira is going to bankrupt Nigeria as a minimum wage. So if I ask you, how much do you think they are going to spend in buying 2 new aircraft? In your own estimation, like presidential jets. Remember that World Bank just approved 2.2 billion that is on his way to Nigeria now. $2.2 billion. I hope you know that. So from that 2.2 billion, just how much do you think they will remove from it to buy plane for Shettima? And so that Tinubu can work well to reform Nigeria economy. Somebody said $100 million. Nah, they will spend more than that. 200. Nah, they have to put their own Jara now. Yeah, and yeah, they have to put their Jara, maybe 300. Although they wouldn't have to buy plane that cost $300 million. But Nigerians will pay $300 million, even for a plane of $70 million, $80 million. Okay? Presidential jet. How much is the American presidential jet worth? I know there is nothing like it. And American presidential jet is more than how many years old? I don't know. But Nigeria will pay with borrowed money. Nigeria will borrow money to buy plane, to buy aircraft for the president and vice president. It is for the, it's for the glory of Nigeria. It is for efficiency. It is for, and finally, is it Tinubu's? At least they are not buying it for Tinubu. It is for the office of president. That's the final argument. You know that. Why are you talking as if to say it is Tinubu that want to buy the plane? Is it not for the office of the president? I say, So finally, that's going to be the argument. I just thought you should know, okay? Especially those of you dishonest hypocrites, okay? That sort of have a way of explaining to the poorest Nigerians who are victims of this economic jihad. You have a way of explaining economics to them. You have a way of trying to, but here you are, majority of you who knows how to explain economy to all of us. You will only have just few words. No, I don't support it, but that's enough. But when it comes to how to have people to understand how economy works and then why they should give them time, you have thousands of words to convince people that everyone telling them that they are being lied to. And if they don't stop these guys, they will never stop. That those people are trying to incite them. Baba, do you need anybody to incite you to confront these rogues that will do anything and everything with impunity? Nothing will happen. Nothing. That's the impression. Nothing will happen. And this morning, yeah, we saw this. We saw this somewhere in Lagos. It said grassroots support Tinubu 2027, the 1019 initiative. They have started mounting posters everywhere. Like, I don't know how to possibly describe their level of insensitivity. They don't care. Then I also don't know how to explain the gullibility of a lot of people who kind of are building this false hope in these rogues, despite looking at all of their actions and inactions and on, and how much of that is affecting you directly. You get that now? So you have that they don't care, and a lot of you knows that they don't. But you are comfortable with some of it enough that you are scared of the alternatives. So scared of the other alternatives, like, where people are spreading this tribal, ethnic, religious, and all of this nonsense to keep the supposed victims of bad governance busy trying to argue with themselves, yeah, who hate them or who they don't hate or they don't like, and the rest of that, while they are busy based on this tribal stuff. And that is why Doyin Oku-igbe, that old for nothing, old haggard, sick old man, chooses to turn what could ordinarily have been, listen, all of you are abusing me because I am now supporting Tinubu. Right? Why not just say that than go ahead, go on to say to fly the kite of a tribal bigotry, so to say. I don't know, some of you have possibly come across the latest Doyin Oku-igbe's rant on social media. Well, if you haven't come across it, I advise you not to look for it. You see, and I'm also happy enough that people who are responding to that old weary. And it kind of, those who are responding to him are more of the Yoruba flock. So let me gist you about that. You know that Doyin Oku-igbe has been running mad, okay, lately. And it is all coming back from him, right, trying to now publicly support Tinubu. And I don't think there's anything wrong in that, since we all agree that you cannot shame the shameless. It wouldn't even have been any of our business, my business too. Whatever he says about, what do you call it, Obi, or whatever he says about the obedient, so to say, if he did not have to drag the Yoruba into it. And as usual, I don't know if you have noticed, you see some of these older people in Nigeria, their level of tribalism, ethnicism, as well as the religious division that they promote. Then on the other hand, then they now demand for respect, to respect them. I don't know if any of you have really noticed. These are dangerous people. And there are many. Some people have tried to overcome their own bigotry and the rest of. But also, have you also noticed that majority of those, especially those ones who are like non-Igbos, or even those who are Igbos too, who sort of went against APC, Egbekegbe, as well as Tinubu, then they turn around a few months after. So in their way of trying to go and now show support to Tinubu, so they will have to like condemn the obedient, the Obi and all that, but they won't condemn Obi and obedient. They just take it straight down to the Igbos. For example, you will see some of, I don't know if you have noticed though, maybe I should re-explain, right? Those who at the time were not supporting Tinubu and somehow made you believe that they were against the establishment and they were looking to, here you get now. So after the whole show, the charade, so instead of them to just go back and say, I'm now supporting him since he's the one there now, here you get, of course, people are going to come for you. You are shameless, you this, you are a betrayer, blah, 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 blah. But just go ahead and tackle them. Yeah, you can call me all the names you want to call me. When I was with you, you did not call me names. Yeah. Like that, without involving the Igbos. Peter Obi is not Igbo presidential candidate. The Igbos didn't come to present Peter Obi as, hey, Nigeria, this is our candidate. If you don't vote for him, that means you don't love us. There was nothing like that. The people that promoted Peter Obi, they were Yorubas. Before, partly, the Middle Beltans and then other part of northern Nigeria joined. There are Igbos that kind of believe that Peter Obi is dragging them into Nigeria political war that is going to backfire later. And they were right. But what I'm trying to bring up here is this. Peter Obi never kind of presented himself as an Igbo, this Igbo, that, and you all know that. But you see these guys, they are now driving. The fact that you want to go to Tinubu, which is what some of them, or why some of them were even with Obi himself. a possible opportunity to gain access to power, and then have their own hands filled up with the public money. So if Obi is not going to take them closer to power, then they have to decamp and go to the ones in power. Is that not the tradition? Then just go. So why do you have to now turn it around and turn it into Yoruba Igbo something? Oh, it's because I'm a Yoruba man. All the people that are abusing me because I said good thing about Tinubu, they are Igbos. Why are the Igbos attacking me? So that the Yorubas can now come and say, Uncle Doyin, Shebi, we told you that the Igbos, this Peter Obi thing is Igbo, this Igbo, that. You see, the bigots and bigot, older bigot and younger bigot, exchanging things. That was what he expected. Wole Soyinka said because the obedient, they were abusing him. He automatically turned it to Igbos abusing him. You have the Yorubas, you have the Northerners, you have the Middle Belters, you have the Hausas, you have all the tribes who call themselves obedient, and they are not hiding it. So if they abuse you, if they attack anyone, if they say anything about, how dare you think you have to bring. And that's exactly what Doyin Oku-igbe was doing. Now and it was like, he also said something like, as if to say he was doing the Igbos a favor. Doyin Oku-igbe went on Twitter and he said, I went out of my way against all odds to support the Igbo presidency. And I did my everything against my people. That's exactly how I felt reading that. And he said 80%, he said more than 80% of those that have been attacking him online, they are from a particular tribe. Then he went on, he said, I supported the Igbo presidency for equity. Now that Tinubu has won, I don't know why this hatred against, it was like against the Yorubas. Say Igbos hated Yorubas because Tinubu is president. Hey, everybody, see you, they are abusing me now because I'm supporting Tinubu. Who are those abusing you? Oh, they are the Igbos. They are the Igbos because of Obio. Like, what is wrong with you, older people? What is wrong with you? There are so many of you who have the same mindset. Oh, you are not like Okukwe, like you are not Doyin Oku-igbe. You are useless at your lives. But you see this bigotry, you see this tribal thing. It is so deep in your skins that some of you are carrying this about in your Angolo AD. And because you are older, you can drag this younger generation into your hateful existence. And they are so desperate to make that happen. Every one of them. Confessor Soyinka, obedient were abusing him. He automatically said they were Igbos. Every now and then, like, they were pushing so hard to make you obedient, Igbo this, Igbo that. And I'm so happy that there are so many people who are smarter, and they were calling him out already. What is wrong with you? What's your problem, man? Whatever goes on between you, the obedient, the Obi and this, why do you have to kind of make it Igbo, Yoruba thing? You decrease in it. Why don't you just go to your Tifnumbu peacefully without having to call it Igbo, Yoruba thing? Just go there. You already, I mean, you already, this guy is an ex-convict too. He's convicted of money laundering, Doyin Oku-igbe. And fair enough, even though they are pushing the agenda that he was sent to go and mislead Obi and obedience, and blah, 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 you didn't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. There are so many of them who wanted to ride on that wave. Initially, it wasn't meant to be serious. It was like, I will pretend I am there so that they can call me back. Or they can call me and invite me. But they didn't call Doyin Oku-igbe. They just brought out his case and told him that, he's going to jail. And immediately what happened? He got sacked from the obedience. I don't know if he's bitter or he's sad that what was meant to be a joke became so serious. Do you get what I mean? So somebody like him, even though he was calling the name of God on different altars in different churches then and different gatherings, doing praise and singing, praise and worship, saying God called him, God is the one of the project, all of that could be actually fake for him or to him. Then it became real when people saw an opportunity to take their pound of flesh back from their ruiners. It was a good shot. We know. See, some of us knew then that it was going to be rigged, Abby. And we are not here to tell you, I told you so. No. I am not having this conversation with you because you are obedient or you are not obedient. I am having this conversation with you to show to you the evil-mindedness of those who led Nigeria, in charge of Nigeria, those who embedded these divisive rhetorics, all this religious division, all this tribal ethnic division. Those who you call leaders, they were the people who actually ingrained them, institutionalized them. And right now, they can't even hide it. Although there are some gullible idiots who actually listen to them. Somehow, they are suit their bias. I hate the Igbos. I hate the Yorubas. I hate the Fulanis. I hate the Hausas. I hate this. I hate that. But when they ask and say, why do you hate them? From personal experience, it would just be about what these rogues like this guy, this Ajipor government in power or any government in power, jobless miscreants who have now grown older. That blood of tribalism, ethnic jingoism, bigotry that runs so deep in the veins of millions of Nigerians. It's not just Yoruba, so it's always vice versa. It's everywhere. I am speaking out right now because the activities of guys like this have sort of gave birth to an everlasting hatred that is now beyond just what people say. Like they are now turning them into government policies, targeting people because of where they come from. And all of this does not benefit any of the tribes whose criminal politicians are carrying out these divisive activities. They softly drop all these tribal, ethnic, divisive statements intentionally. They push them because they will always appeal to the bias of those who are already initiates. Those who have always have been looking for something to justify why they hated themselves. The Igbos who are looking for why they hated the Yorubas. People like Doyin Oku-igbe who give them what they want. The Yorubas that are looking for reasons to hate the Igbos. Now, Doyin Oku-igbe will give them the reason why to hate them. Do you understand how the divisive things work now? And at the end of the day, they all go back, these criminals go back together to click glasses and celebrate their victories over you. That's the way I see it. And if you're a young person who kind of still fall for any of this or listen to this old Olori Bruku elders, you will grow up to become them too. No mistaken. If you listen to people like Confessor Soyinka, Oku-igbe, and few of them like that, who will leave substance and they will be chasing nonsense in order to keep the division very much permanent. I saw she was calling Obi Gbajue. Man, something is still inside me. It's still kind of holding back to kind of, and I'm actually doing that to also hold a lot of my friends back here. You see, the rhetorics that are not really back with any evidence, but coming from a place of hatred, a place of animosity, a place of jealousy, a place of God knows what else. And some of these things are being repeated and repeated. Okay? And since they appeal to the bias of so many of these gullible idiots that listen to them, then they become things that so many people are now passionate about and say, the reason why I will never like all this Igbo is because, the reason why I will never like these Yorubas is because, and the likes of Showore and Co, they are giving them that. So there's something still inside me holding me to say, I am still not reading Showore right. That something is so wrong somewhere. And I am going to find out. So that I can help younger people that look up to the people like Showore, not to have this, what do you call this tribal, ethnic-laced rhetorics that will be presented as if to say they are logical, but they are not. They cause more damages in the heart and minds of the people who are victims of a ruined system already. So when they do this, sometimes they are shared on ignorantly. But I'm beginning to kind of see a pattern. I'm beginning to see a pattern. Okay? And a pattern of, just believe it because I said it. And then because you wanted to hate the Yorubas, you wanted to hate the Igbos, you wanted to hate yourselves. So the likes of Showore, the likes of Oku-igbe, and all these guys, they will continue to blow the dog whistle. I told you, Obi is a graduate. Oh, Obi is a graduate. And I need it. Showore said, don't confirm him. Showore said, na graduate. Shoyinka said, na graduate. And they say, okay, kilo gbalo wanyi o gong gong gong. What exactly to gbalo wanyi? Like, you can say, or, okay, graduate, he is coming to come and buy. And that makes him graduate, right? Wow. Wow. But there are other sinister means or motives behind all these rhetorics. Pay attention, guys. Pay attention. I was talking about the Anioma. I never knew there are people from Edo State, Benin especially, who are descendants of those whose hatred for the Igbos is not because they did them anything. It was because their descendants were humiliated. That's what they call it. Their supposed elders and whatever then, they were humiliated by the Biafran soldiers. And therefore, Igbos are to be hated for the rest of their lives. You won't believe that. But you will see a Benin man will come here to come and try and explain the history of how Igbos want to, but you won't know. Because there are some elders who have told them when they were younger too, Igbos love to dominate people. Yorubas love to deceive people. Yorubas are this or that. The Igbos are this or that. Then the war happened. And that hatred became permanent. So they will come here, sound like they are logical. See, my brother, let me tell you this. Let me tell you something. The Igbos, they need to check themselves. That is coming from a Benin man. But you will think he is being logical. He is just trying to. No, he is not. He is coming from that background of bias, which many people have been ingrained with. They didn't see it as anything wrong. It's all they know. Yeah, it is all they know. They will be telling the story from the position of superiority. Let me tell you something. You don't know these people. Oh, you do know them. Oh, you don't know these Yoruba people. These Yoruba people. If you know these Yoruba people, that's an Igbo man talking about Yoruba people. Yoruba people, all of the Yorubas. Then you see a Yoruba man. Hey, I'm telling you, you don't know these Igbo people. Now, so the Igbo people they do. Now, so that they do, my brother. I pity you. You think say they like you. Igbo people can never like Yorubas. See, Igbo people can never like Yorubas. They did not like our leaders. And then that is from the position of that morality. Everyone has it. All of you. I'm using Yoruba and Igbo now. If you are not Yoruba, if you are not Igbo, you are not spared. You all have your biases. We all can't wait to kill ourselves. Any given opportunity. Riot don't happen. Now don't depend your houses. Now don't target yourself. Shooting and killing yourself, maiming yourselves. We can't wait. Hey, Hausa versus Yoruba. hey, Yoruba versus Fulani, oh, Igbo versus Fulani, oh, this or that. You can't wait to kill yourselves. You all have your biases. But guess those who implanted those biases in you. They say that subconsciously. And then you see educated people that are so tribalistic. And it is not plausible. You see, if you are tribal, that means you love your tribe. Abi? If you are an ethnic jingoist, the good thing is it means you love your ethnic nationality. Then the politicians who wanted us to keep divided this way, do you think they love us? If you are a Yoruba, the Yoruba is in charge of the Yoruba land right now. Do you think they love Yoruba land? Do you think they love you? Are you seeing them show that they actually love Yoruba land? All of you who are Igbos watching me right now, the Igbos in charge of Igbo land right now, can you say it to my face and say, oh, they have shown that they love Igbo land and Igbo people so much? Can you? Anyone? Or is it the Fulani Hausa? The Kanuri? All of them will come from everywhere. Those who are controlling your area, do you think they are showing how much they love your area and you are so safe? The economy is fine, good roads, 24 hours electricity, access to healthcare. Your children are safe in schools because the schools are so standard and all of that. Can you say that? The people that want you to believe that they are fighting for Yoruba, they are fighting for Hausa, they are fighting for Igbo, they are fighting for this or that, and they are politicians holding political offices. Do you agree that they love their people? At least they came from somewhere. They all come from somewhere. Go back to where they all come from and check how much they love their people. They don't love the tribe. Tribalists, or this political tribalists, or this political ethnic jingoists, religious fanatics. They don't have religion. They don't love any tribe. It's just their meal ticket. You are the foolish one that think, because of what this nuisance told you, you have every right to stand up against any Yoruba that try any nonsense with us. Yoruba is not going to try any nonsense with you. Because like everyone else, the problem that these guys have already created in our lives is enough battle for every one of us, for me to be ready, for me to be thinking about how to fight an Igbo man. If the Fulanis didn't bring their guns and start kidnapping and killing our people, I wouldn't give a damn about any Fulani either. Well, think about that. So that is why all of you older people, purge yourself of whatever it is Nigeria did to you, whatever wound. Majority of you are damaged people. Yes, majority of these older people, they are damaged people. When I say damaged, these are people whose morality and a lot of things have damaged inside them. Something or many things have damaged inside them. When you see their postures today, people who told us not to do crime, not to do drug, to protect our family name, be good in our education, excel in our in our duties, and become responsible person. And now those who are telling us that we have no respect for drug dealer. And these elderly people are now, because they are defending a drug dealer, they are defending kleptomaniacs, they are defending, even if you take all of that away, they are defending a failed group of political criminals. And because of that, they are creating tribal, ethnic division just to keep that in place. What kind of horrible people do that? So many of us who are younger too, a lot of you are being destroyed already. They've destroyed your education. They've destroyed your diet. They've destroyed your healthcare. They've destroyed your mentality. And you are going to grow old. They are damaging you. You are going to turn 60, 70. You'll be sounding like a damaged old people that we have today. Those ones who believe that you must suffer. You must suffer so that you can appreciate whatever peanuts you get. Because they suffered. They went through hell. You can have it easy. Or they told us that they were working for the future generation unborn. They don't burn us now. They burn us into the wahala, but they don't want us to talk about it. Watch your mouth. Don't you have elders at home? If you guys are the elders people have at home, then they don't have, a lot of you have no leaders or elders at home. These are useless, damaged people that grows old. And unfortunately, they are also asking for respect. Your generation is so useless. You destroy the country. You destroy the country so you cannot even help yourselves anymore. Then you are demanding respect from the victims of the country you were supposed to build before we came. We came, everything is gone. And you are telling us to get used to it. Because it's normal for us to actually suffer and die needlessly. We must show you respect. Don't you have respect, Nick? Don't you have respect for elders? How can we respect you when you have no respect for yourselves? When you were younger, it was this Nigeria you envisioned, the one you envisaged. Was this the Nigeria you envisaged? The one that a lot of you are dying in poverty. Was that the Nigeria you envisaged? So you want us to grow old too and be like you, miserable, frustrated, helpless, vulnerable. Is that what you want from us? Well, it will have to be our own decision. For now, people are so docile, confused, but they will get it together. They will, because they have to. We will get it together, and we will get rid of your mess, including you. I've told you many times on this platform, don't let anybody gaslight you. Because they are older, they are elder, you can't talk to them or you can't question them, but they want respect, but they don't want to be responsible. Even some of us who are younger, we understand responsibility. And if you fail in your responsibility, there will be consequences. You don't fail in your responsibility and turn around and say, I demand respect. So we must tell every younger person out there, the likes of Confessor Shoyinka, the likes of Showore, the likes of all these people, they are flying a flag that is so dangerous. It's so dangerous, and it must be called out. It's unfortunate. Tackle your Peter Obi, tackle the obedient the way they are. The obedient you have in Nigeria, you have them outside Nigeria too. They cut across all tribes, all religion in Nigeria, and that is the truth. You can call them whatever you want to call them. Okay, they have been deceived, they have been misled, they have no respect, but don't make it a Yoruba Igbo thing. Don't think because you are Yoruba, you will say nonsense. And then because you are Yoruba, you are older, you will say nonsense. And then you expect all of the Yoruba mumus to come around and say, sorry, sir, don't mind them. They lack respect. They know they respect their fathers. Ẹ̀yin bàbá olórí burúkú, ẹ̀yin bàbá òfò yìí, ṣó ṣépè fún yín ni. Ẹ lè kúkẹ́ kẹ́ máa bá ti yín lọ. Kẹ́ fi wá sílẹ̀. This is the old division, this old hatred. They were not our own making, but look at the way we are making of it now. Many of you are now tribal champion, ethnic champions, competing in a tribal Olympics. In a country where they are killing you slowly. Slowly. Younger people who are supposed to be so concentrated on what their life is becoming. What is this place is having in stock for them? They are tribal champions, courtesy of these Olori Bruku leaders. They will say something, they know they will be abused. The people that will abuse you include the Yorubas, the Igbos, the Hausas, the Fulani, everybody who knows that you are just being economical with the truth. Why would you now single some out and say the Igbos did it? I mean.
Shay, help us, help us. There is God, there is God, 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 God. God should descend, oh, today God will descend here. Nigerian women will not cry in vain. Nigerian women will not cry in vain. This thing will end today. My sisters, if your child lost, will you stay and keep quiet? Will you people stay and keep quiet? The president now is calling you, come, I want to help you. You don't want to appear. Will you agree? No. Now the first lady is calling you, come, I want to help you. Come to find your child, your missing child. Will you keep quiet? No. Child, there is God. Oh.
I'll leave it at that. So we hope all of you who have parents, who still have parents, please check them out on what they are doing on social media. Okay? There are some of them that, honestly speaking, they are more than a disgrace. And I mean, I'm kind of tired of having to turn around everywhere where these useless old people will be jumping up and down and be demanding for respect. They're demanding for respect in your own effort. So anyway, that is that. There is this clip I want to share. It's actually Yoruba, okay? It's happened in Ekiti. Talking about the state of things. And these guys became the task force. Let's use task force to go and check how people are being manipulated in Ekiti. I'll play some of it for you. Okay, then I'll come back.
Video. Yeah. Hello, nation boy. 200 naira. Ìdí tí a fi wá lẹ́lẹ́kejì ni pé ṣọ̀mbọ̀tẹ́ lé ní òní 200 naira. Ó jẹ́ ẹyọ márùn-ún báyìí. Ẹyọ kọ̀ọ̀kan múrí méjì ló túmọ̀ sí o. Múrí méjì ló túmọ̀ sí. Bọ̀ lórí Haúsá, eléyìí báyìí 200. Kí ló dé tó fi rí bẹ́ẹ̀? So eléyìí ti yìn ní ọmọ bísọ̀ ya. Ọmọ àdókè. Ìyó, èyí bẹ́ẹ̀ ò ní o, 200 naira lè yí. Orí Haúsá, èyí 200 naira. Lè ṣe rí bẹ́ẹ̀. Ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ṣà, èyí ti kọ́, ìlọ́ra ìṣòwò èyí kò lé lè yí. Èyí kò lé ní.
It's 500 naira. Àṣẹ ń bọ̀ láti bẹ̀ ní. It's 500.
500. Èyí ẹ̀ bá fẹ́ èyí. This is 500. Èyí tààrà ní 500. Ṣé o yàtọ̀ sí líbẹ̀ bá? So nínú Yorùbá ṣe jẹ́ Yorùbá àti Gàmbàrí. Ẹ̀sẹ̀ fẹ́ ba ọjà ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀.
Báwo, èyí ni 500 lọ́dọ̀ lẹ́wọ̀n 1000
Èwo? Èlé ní 500.
Ìjàre o, òun kà á ṣe níbi òun kà á jọ mójú rí ni o, ọmọ àbárò tún dé o. Iyó, èyí tẹ̀lẹ̀ ní 500 lè yí o. Èyí tàúsá lè yí 500. Ṣé Buhari líkọ̀sì yìí kò abẹ́? Àbí Tinubu? Ṣé báwo líkọ̀sì rẹ̀? Ṣé dọ́là ni? Àbí àrò ṣáàmà káńsù líkọ̀sì yìí bẹ́? So ó yẹ ká lè ran ara lọ́wọ́. Ẹ yẹ ká mú ìyà jẹra lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà. Lóní bẹ́, gàrí kan tà ní 12, wá kìíní aṣọ di 1000, everybody dẹ̀ ta owó pín yan. N kà fẹ́ nìní. Ara ẹ̀fọ́ ẹyọ mẹ́ta lọ́jà ní àpò kan. Ẹ̀fọ́ ẹyọ mẹ́ta àpò kan. Àdákùnrin àti ẹyọ kankan rẹ̀ lápò kan. Àyájèrè àpò méjì lórí àpò kan. Òun la fi sọ ẹ̀fọ́ ń pẹ́ aró jẹjà ní ọjà lé ní 100 naira ní.
50 naira ní.
So àbọ̀tì ewédú. Wọ́n ta ewédú mẹ́ta. Wọ́n ta ní 100 naira lórí olóko.
Mẹ́ta 100.
So kọ́ọ̀yàn bá ra ewédú mẹ́ta ní 100 naira. Kọ́ bá ti ta ní 50 naira kó jèrè 50 naira lórí ẹ̀dẹ̀. Ṣé àyẹ̀kẹ́ tó? Ìjà ṣàánú rárá lórílẹ̀-èdè òun ìjàre o.
So sorry, right? What happened was that this market leader, they decide to go around the market to see what people are actually selling for how much. So they were comparing, and it was discovered that some of the traders in the market, right, they were like resellers. Okay, so they bought the pepper from the Hausa pepper sellers who came from the north, and they had to resell. But the difference in the portion they were selling is so ridiculously small that it became a concern, and they were comparing in the market. Okay, so it's just to show there are so many factors, right, that contribute to the high cost of living that you are experiencing in Nigeria. But the primary one is the economic policies of Tinubu, which has made it more difficult for traders in Nigeria to sustain their businesses due to imbalance in the pricing and all that. Okay, and then you have those who are local, who just have to, okay, Hausa who brought the pepper probably will sell it more after factoring in the transportation and all of that. Okay, then somebody have to buy in bulk from him, and they have to go and resell, right? So they too, they will now have to factor in, well, they are not transporting themselves, I think. Anyway, that was in Ekiti State, where the issue of cost of living is being reviewed by the locals themselves. So let us help ourselves, okay? It shouldn't be this ridiculous. You can still make profit, not this kind of profit, all right? You know, people are going through a lot now. If it's cheaper than what you are selling it for, you should be able to pass it on as well and make your own moderate profits. And rightly so. You see, they told you that the Igbos, they don't sell their lands, especially to foreigners. This was also part of the political nonsense that they have actually shared for years. The first person that said the Igbos don't sell their land was this guy, Tafawa Balewa. No, sorry, not Tafawa Balewa. That one is the prime minister. Ahmadu Bello, that one is their premier from the north. When he was making a push to replace the Igbo, what do you call it, secretariat administrators that were working in the civil service of northern Nigeria at the time, when he was working to remove all of them and replace them with expatriates, Oyibo, or any educated northerner at the time. So his excuse was that in Igbo land, this is a place that he's never been to in his life. This is a place where the colonialists in Nigeria, when they captured the north, captured the south, it was it was actually like I think it was about 35 years after they captured some part of the north and all of that. That's when they captured the east. It was like the last part they captured. So when they amalgamated Nigeria in 1914, the northern Nigeria, southern Nigeria, you see these colonial administrators, they never allowed the north to meet the south until 1944, when James Robertson was the governor general. Now, Governor Robertson was the one who now told this new northern bloc that is added to the south, joined together. It was the one who told them that the southerners, they would always want to, oppress them, okay? And they have to build a system that will never allow the south to be above the north, no matter the level of your exposure, your level of advancement, or your level of education. You will never. So it was Robertson who did that at the time. So when did Ahmadu Bello go to Enugu to go and buy land, and they told him they can't sell him land? He was somebody who never even see. He was given an opportunity to come to Lagos to be the leader of the northern Nigeria. Okay, he rejected it. He stayed back in the north. He won't come to the south at all. Yeah, Sadauno, it will never come to the south. That's to tell you how much. But he made these people believe that the Igbos don't sell their lands. And from that time, everyone has been saying that, when it is absolutely not true. Here is one of our brothers who just got over 8,000 acres of land from the Enugu state government, and he's so happy. Okay, I want to go look for his name. Now, he got what do you call it? His name is Shijibomi Ogundele. He's a real estate guy, okay? So now that everybody is going back to the east and a lot of things kind of happening around there, like because of after the 2023 charade, then this guy got over 8,500 hectares of land in Enugu in partnership with the Enugu state government. If you don't want to go and buy the land in the village for your investment, why not talk to their government? Another guy got his own 300, I think he said there's 300 plots. His own is 300 plots of land in Newi. All of this happening in eastern Nigeria, and I think you should know. You should know.
Such an amazing and iconic project. Wow. The land preparation, road preparation. A lot of work has been going on here, and I see such a huge city. It's a new city. Wow. This is amazing, man. I'm really proud to be here and be a part of, and hopefully be a part of this project. Don't mind my cap, please. And some people would say I'm from Newi, but yeah, me, I'm half Igbo, half Yoruba, half Ijebu. Then small Kanu, and Kanu is inside my blood too. Anyway, it's a great project by the Enugu state government, creating something really, really amazing, some kind of city that would disrupt the norms and create a new standard for luxury living in the east.
If you do have any form of what do you call it, business that you think Lagos is trying to take away from you, you might be looking towards the east. That is the future, and somehow has been the catalyst for the discussion about the easy and peaceful breakup of Nigeria when they have their Biafra. Some of us who probably would not want to be part of the madness going on in Nigeria, we will celebrate them and move for the Yoruba exit too. You see all this weary you are seeing today, they will die, they will be gone. And once they are gone, there is a generation that is never going to, that will discontinue this madness, and it's all going to happen in parts. So if you have that, just remember that. All right. Also, there's something caught on camera. It was a conversation between the Oba of Benin and Olumide Akpata, that guy who is the Labour Party governorship candidate for them in Benin, in Edo. So he visited the Oba, and I think he called himself the son of the palace. Then the Oba was like, "You are my son," but the way you presented that, in the palace here, the children of the palace, I tried to ask them to come and check with you. Are you a son of the palace, like son? And the chiefs came back to tell me that you are not, because you see, the children of the palace, they are not allowed to participate in politics to avoid any biases and they have been told that you are not a son of the palace. They don't carry ammo. Don't become controversy. Some people wanted to be abusing the Oba. Don't abuse the Oba. If you don't understand, if comprehension is a problem, I am helping you out now. Okay? Because there's also a clip there where you kind of called him the son, but they said that clarity needed. Some said no, it's not needed, Jare. But let me show you the two clips in one. Olumide Akpata and the Oba of Benin. What transpired? What did the Oba say? How did he say it? And I hope this will help your comprehension, since I kind of added an explanation, right? Watch this.
I convince the rest of those states to give us their mandate. As my father has said previously, I am a son of this palace. And so I feel comfortable. I feel bold enough to come to the throne and to seek for your blessing, for your Royal Majesty's blessing, Oba Atokwe, and to report to your Royal Majesty that the Labour Party in Edo State is strong and vibrant, and we are going to go around all 18 local governments, all 192 wards, to pass on the message to our people.
Chief, you know, Peter Obi, Princess Royal, as they call it in England. Because I introduced themselves as children of the palace. There are some others also that are distantly related. There are some others that are distantly related that may not be exactly royal family that can also address themselves as children of the palace. So when he said he's a child of the palace, he said it in English. I think he said it in Benin as well. Oh yeah, no time. So I was wondering that is campaigning now and everything. So I called my chief here that is it true that he's a child of the palace? I don't know about it. That's why I asked him to first go quietly to go and ask him. I didn't want to say it out before. But he now came back, the chief now came back and told me his answer. That the last time he said the child of the palace, I don't remember. We know him very well. He's a son, he's an industrial son of the soil. In Benin, we say, no. A true indigenous son of the soil. But to say a child of the palace, I don't know whether any of them is a politician. Politician of Falomo. I don't know. So I just want that clarification for the sake of public and the fourth estate of the reality. That's why we have we contest it. So sorry, I hope you don't mind that clarification. You are an industrial, indigenous son of the soil. We all know that. I know I've supported you when you were president NBA. I had to call El-Rufai to support you, that they should look after you when some issues came during that conference or something that El-Rufai was banned, I think was banned also. I had to speak to him because you were incoming, so I had to speak to him. I said, that's in English, quote and unquote, that is our son or that sort of thing. Look after him and everything. It doesn't have anything to do with the quarrel that is ongoing in Kaduna. I know I spoke for you. So just to be clear that we are not that we are particularly against you. I just wanted to clarify that identification that you made just now. So I hope you don't mind.
No, Baba, not at all. I am grateful for the correction. I was equating the entire Benin to the palace. That was a mistake on my part. I am a true son of the Benin kingdom. I hope Your Majesty will forgive my...
That's okay. You are
So yeah, so that was the exchanges between them. But it is politics right now, and I've been following the Edo politics too. You know me now, they follow everything. And if I see anything that you know why I like to show that is this, right? I've seen people who are trying to, go after the Oba. And, nobody say I get anything to probably protect or defend the Oba, but it's just that misinformation can fly enough, or comprehension problem too. So I thought I should drop it there. Right. And that too takes us to Oshogbo. It is Ileya Day today. So yesterday evening, Governor Ajogba Fida or Ajogba Botu, I actually call him Ajogba Trophy, Ade Jackson, Governor Ade Dancer was there to welcome his own, his own citizens. They paid for free ride, I think. Did you get free ride to Oshun last night? I'm not sure, but yeah, he was there to welcome them, and this was the scene. Just for you to see. That was a train from Lagos to Oshogbo. And this morning, it was also seen with Aregbemu Bana.
Executive government of this state, welcome, the Lord is your strength. This making governor, welcome, your days shall be yours. You know that, and you can get. Yes, sir. Baba Kabiru, Baba Salah, long time. Baba Kabiru, you know that. One now keep us together. And you are going, they will not be with you. Because when you are coming back, you cover my back.
Anyway, Sha, see Toju. I don't see your hand. Thank you very much. Okay. So yeah, you can buy me a coffee too. And I think that's a $5 a cup. So you can buy me a coffee using that link. Okay. And I can, you know what I mean? See Toju, you get mouth. Now going forward again, okay. Kolu also was in Lagos today for the same Salah, Idil Ada.
لا إله إلا الله ولن نعبد إلا إياه مخلصين له الدين ولو كره بسيدنا محمد وعلى أنصار سيدنا محمد وعلى أزواج سيدنا محمد وعلى ذرية سيدنا محمد وسلم تسليما. الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر. I've been told by the chief when we follow the path of sacrifice. Sacrifice being a very good citizen, a country responsible as citizen. For as a citizen to be very exactly. Loving your friend, loving your neighbor. Share what we have with each other. And with that, all my yes, thank you so much. Alhamdulillah. 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 Alhamdulillah.
Nuisance lele. So that's a call. So Kolu wants you to share love. He wants you to love your neighbor. He also wants you to share what you have. Food, money, anything. Because that's what all of them are doing right now. And it is their way of taking people out of poverty. In Ibadan, Teslim and Ladoja too. And finally, just a day before this Ileya, the NDLEA in Nigeria said they have discovered, or they discovered a 3 billion naira worth of cannabis imported from Canada. But some people put money together. They bought Canadian dollars, Forex. And then they pay the cannabis grower in Canada. God knows how much is a 3 billion in Canadian dollars. African Wahala. Can you help? How much is $3 billion, 3 billion naira in Canadian dollars? So I'll give a rough estimate. Okay. So I'm going to say it should be somewhere around $1 million to $3 million, roughly. I'll be 300,000 rather, $300,000, not million, $300,000. Abi? Anyway. And then you shipped cannabis to Nigeria when you can go to Kitikupa. Abi go to all these mountains where they grow, the forest where they grow cannabis, they grow Igbo in Nigeria. Like somebody actually used Forex. How much is that? 2.6 million. $2.6 million. Canadian dollars. Somebody actually put that together. Are you sure 2.6 million? Okay. No, that's a lot too. I don't think anybody. I mean now. I'm trying to kind of come to life. Are you saying $260,000 or 2.6 million? No, that it can't be 2.6 million. 1 million Canadian dollars at 1,200 is 120 million. No? That's a lot of money, isn't it? Well, this is what the NDLEA said they caught in Nigeria. No rapper.
Ayégún làwọn mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó lódodo. Ayégún làwọn mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó lódodo. Ayégún ti dé ọ̀rẹ́ ara yìí. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Ṣé ń lọ ní Máyégún dá wa sí? Àṣírí ọ̀dẹ̀lú kì í kó níbẹ̀ o. Ó bá ṣe àní Máyégún máa wí. Ó sì tún ṣe wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Thank you. I'm so sorry, right? I should have warned you. There was no sound, okay? I should have warned you or kind of mix it up with sound before I kind of put it up. I didn't. So yeah, somebody just told me it's actually like nearly $3 million. That's a lot of money. Why would you use that to buy drugs? Is that a stupid question? Like, Nigeria is led by a drug dealer, a druggie. They have forfeited $460,000 for heroin trafficking in Chicago. He is the president of Nigeria. So is that a stupid question if I'm asking that? Why would anybody invest $3 million in drug to be sold in Nigeria? Nigerians are poor. Who's going to buy? Okay, I think I'm asking stupid questions now. I'll stop. I'll just stop. That's a lot of money. A lot of money. 3 million Canadian dollars. That's a lot of money. So some guys put that together. God damn it, man. Okay. So let's leave it to that. So, and this final one, it should have been the final one, is the report we are getting from Sokoto that some gunmen, some terrorists, they have invaded the praying ground, the Idil praying ground. They've shot and killed people. The actual number is unknown yet, But it's actually ongoing right now. I mean, it's happening in Sokoto, terrorists or terrorism on Ileya Day. So that must actually have something behind that. So I probably will come up with more information on that later. So when I saw the news flash, breaking news, I was like, oh my God, again, not on Ileya Day. It just happened. So the next thing I'm going to do is that let's have a chat. Okay, I'll open the line. I have 1 hour. I think I have an hour, 20 minutes before my time is up, okay? So I will take a break. Thank you so much. Tani Mowo just bought me a coffee too. So I've been bought 2 coffee this morning. And thanks to those of you who have done that, okay? I will be back. I'm going to take it just, 1 minute break. If you want to phone in, you have something to say, the line is going to be opened in a minute or 2.
Disable, àtisẹ́tẹ́, àti ń parọ́ tipẹ́, àtisẹ́tẹ́, tìtó òdìmú òdodo òsì mọ́, àtisẹ́tẹ́, kágbádé fáláre, àtisẹ́tẹ́, kágbẹ̀bí fáláre, àtisẹ́tẹ́, adájọ́ ń parọ́ torí owó, àtisẹ́tẹ́, òṣèlú ń parọ́ nítorí ipò, àtisẹ́tẹ́, èdò gbówó ń tẹ́, àtisẹ́tẹ́, ìjà ń jà aráàlú, àtisẹ́tẹ́. Disable, àtisẹ́tẹ́, àti ń parọ́ tipẹ́, àtisẹ́tẹ́, tìtó òdìmú òdodo òsì mọ́, àtisẹ́tẹ́, kágbádé fáláre, àtisẹ́tẹ́, kágbẹ̀bí fáláre.
Thank you so much. That's what I usually do behind the scene. I just want you to see it like that. Well, thank you very much. I have a caller on the line. Hello.
Hello, Maigun.
Hello, sir.
Wagbayi, Wahab Kalejaye Longpe, Barika de Salah.
Alaji, Sir Wahab. Good afternoon, sir. And Barika de Salah to you too.
Wagbayi, thank you very much for all your take. Believe me, Allah awa pẹ̀lú ẹ. Mo ma bi ṣe lè máa ṣàdúrà fún ẹ. Mo ń gbọ́ ṣù ẹ lẹ́nu mo tún sunkún ni. But lẹ́nìí jẹ́ kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀. Torí mo lọ kírun. Ìgbà míì téèyàn bá rí ẹlòmíì, o ò lè máa fi hatred yẹn wọnú mọ́ṣáláṣí. Ó sọ̀rọ̀ kan lẹ́ẹ̀kan, ó ti wà nínú gbogbo ẹ̀jẹ̀. Nǹkan táwọn politician yẹn ti bí sínú gbogbo wa nìyẹn. Mo kírun ní wáṣàkù lẹ́nìí láàárọ̀ yìí. Mo rí Yorùbá, mo rí Guinea. But ìgbà tọ́lọ́run wá fẹ́ test èmi náà o, bọ̀bọ́ kan wá jókòó sẹ́gbẹ́ mi, àwọn ọmọ Fúlàní ni wọ́n ṣá, but wọ́n wá misbehave, mo correct wọn. But bí ṣe correct wọn, mo tún feel guilty because àwọn tó wà ń bẹ̀ gbà míì, àwọn Bangladesh, àwọn Paki, àyà wọn máa ń já láti gbà kọ́ lè correct dúdú, ọ̀n fẹ́ jà. So àṣàgbàlagbà, mo ní bọ̀bọ́ yìí, you can't sit down this way in the mosque. What would you mean? Only are you in Nigeria? Money, yes, I'm a Yoruba man. So you know what I mean in my face right there. Then I have to check myself. We are in the mosque. So be all to solen kon to mumi sukuni because we can't, the hatred is in every one of us. In your I don't blame them. I don't live in this area, but I just have something to do this morning. That's why I come and play in West Africa. I play in Peckham or in my own area. in Southeast London. Let me cut the story short.
So,
Surely, all your shows, sometimes we can't tackle all of them. I give you credit. First of all, when it comes to the market, the man in the market in those states, calling those women out, this thing has been going on for long. I have a sister, a cousin rather. She used to live in K2. She explained something to me about 15 years ago.
Wow.
You can't compete with the Hausa people selling pepper in the market, in the sense that Baba Riga Musa is going to give Yewu Abokito Sheshede, he will give him 10 baskets every day as a loan. 10 baskets as a loan. Whereas Mama Akim, who have saved his money, he will only buy 4 baskets. Yewu will put 6 pepper on the shelf for Muri Nigbanye or Tenner.
10 naira, 20 naira.
10, 20 naira. How can you compete with him? How can you compete with him? You can't. Because we want to buy 10 baskets as a loan. You can't.
Like he didn't have to pay upfront.
Upfront.
So he has the advantage, leverage. Over that,
thank you.
That must actually,
and some of them, they have 10 baskets, they will take it to Tejo market in Yaba, Ibadan market in Surulere, Jankara in Lagos Island, and so on and so forth, Sangros market. They will spread everything like that. I'm a Yoruba man. I give my wife 100 naira to go to market in those days. But told you for in your country, major what fellow lower Yarisi to the man. That's what is happening. That is not my topic today. But my topic is about this tribe, this thing. We are all tribal. That's we
are all tribalists, of course. It's just that when people begin to assert supremacy over this, and then we allow the politicians to also manipulate us through our tribalism. I would love to be called a tribalist, sir, because I actually love Yoruba land.
I love my Yoruba nation.
My tribalism is not to hate other tribes.
At all.
It's not to dislike them.
At all. I don't hate anybody from any tribe. I'm a Muslim. Today, that's why if I don't sorrow that's why in because I feel guilty what I've done to those boys over there. And you mention it now. It's like you're telling me, you pointing to me, Baba, because to see that's why I feel guilty. If I see that boy, I may beg him, I may say, oh, how are you doing? But at the same time, let's cut the story short. Is the one that called me. I say, are you in Nigeria? I told him, I don't even tell him I'm in Nigeria. I say, I'm a Yoruba man. But if you see me with my beard, with my fila, you will think maybe I'm from Sokoto or you are from Somali. Because people, but I'm a Yoruba man. If I could carry my Yoruba nation flag to Whitechapel, I will take it there. I will take it there. But that's not the problem. The problem is that in that country, everything is not working. We should open our eyes. I love Igbo man. I'm from Idumota. I love Igbo man. I grew up with Chidi, Unwanko, Ibe. I play with them. I support Enugu Rangers. I know all those hoodlum in the really both left and right. So I'm not. We are not tribal. When it comes to this salad day, family,
it's all this. They're like you are not Yoruba enough. If you hate on other people, you are not Igbo enough. If you hate other people too. And they spread the same thing. You will see an Hausa man. He will say, "I will kill any Igbo I see." Why? Because he was told to hate them.
That's
you will see an Igbo man that will say, "Man, I prefer to kill an Hausa man before I kill a snake." Why? Because it's better to believe that every Hausa person, right?
But at the same time, that's why I love take advantage of that. We have to take it out from our system. And they say, look at this man. Look, I want to finish this thing. I don't want to take your time. I know some people are waiting.
It's okay, sir.
Please, let me just give you these 2 points. Look at this man. I've been listening to your show for a long time. I give you props. You say one thing back then, that it's like a playing Sunday pickup game. 6 aside and 1 goalkeeper. Set it to my wale. Also, they will say, oh, Chidi, Nwako, Okala, Odegbami, you pick your set. That's how these politicians are operating. They're not operating on tribal. Because they say you finish it. It's an old saying of yours. You say when they finish talking, you don't talk when you are eating. Allah.
It's called
No.
sir.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni nǹkan tó ti sọ tẹ́lẹ̀ yẹn máa ń gbọ́ mo ń bọ̀ point mi ó wá ní ní sọ̀rọ̀ ìgbà tó bá ti jẹun. That's how they are. They're playing their game. They're playing their game for me to hate Shidi. They're playing their game for me to hate Nwankwo. They're playing for me to, like I showed that guy in the mosque now. I don't even know, maybe the son of Babangida, whoever. I don't even want to know. But I'm not supposed to show him that type of attitude in the mosque.
And
but that's the way.
Like, oh, it's Hausa. That's what they
do. That's,
do well now. You could deal with him without having to say it's Hausa, it's Fulani, or it's Igbo. If he's done something wrong, deal with that thing there.
That's where they're putting out. Because when he saw me, he asked me, "Are you a Nigerian?" With his attitude. No, I don't even tell him anytime I'm a Yoruba man. So don't even play it. So whatever you call me. But if you don't, that's where we're going. Please, everybody listen to this show. I don't hate you as a Igbo man. I don't hate Obi as a Igbo man. Can everybody go on their own way? Divide Nigeria, everything will be all right. Because you, Una, and trust you will know how to tackle those corrupt politicians in your place. We Yoruba, we are ready for them. We are ready for them. We are already
planning our own. You will soon hear. That's true, Baba. Alaji, thank you so much.
Well, thank you very much, my brother. Thank you very much for taking my call. Barika to everybody
you too,
and everybody. More pros for you, man. Thank you. Have a nice one. Yes, sir.
Now that is one elder, just told us he felt touched. Listen, when you listen to Mayegun, I told you that Mayegun's Diary Political is not a skit platform. Sometimes we might actually make a joke out of some serious talk, but that would never let the message be lost on us. So you cannot be spending hours on Mayegun's Diary Political and not be a better person out there. You should be better than, these horrible people who are actually giving us this type of, face and all that, right? So you should be better. You shouldn't be walking about and repeating the rhetorics of the rogues who enjoys keeping us divided. You can disagree with yourselves. I like that. I supported the breakup of Nigeria. Until that happens, right? I don't have any reason to hate you, even though I do not really appreciate you, one Nigerianist. But still, you are doing something, right? There's no point in, we can disagree with ourselves without having to turn it into tribal this, tribal that. I know my own words are just like a drop of water in the ocean. But still, it may not make too much impact, but it will make an impact. And I want it to be that impact. You know better? You should do better. Hello.
Assalamu alaikum, my brother.
Alaikum, Shakma, brother. How are you today? One true bro.
Oh, I'm good. I'm feeling good. Thank you for your show today. Man. Hello?
Yeah, Baba, I'm there with you.
Yeah, your show, today was, one thing I love about today's show is how you still spoke on the bigotry that these slaves are facing. I was talking to African Wala and Martinelli in one of our conversations, and I told them that Nigeria and these slaves will never escape from their bigotry because it's in their blood. The average Nigerian has about 3 decades of indoctrination in bigotry and religious tribalism. And for those who don't understand, a decade is 10 years. So imagine an average Nigerian having 30 years of tribal and religious bigotry indoctrination. Do you think that can be unlearned easily?
No.
Hell no. Nigerians are destined to be conquered. Nigeria never worked, Mayegun. Anybody that calls you and tells that Nigeria used to work, they are fools. Whenever I hear, especially the older people, they call in and they'll say, in the 60s, in the 70s, Naira was this, dollar was this. But yet, people were still jackpine. Nigerians were still running away in the 70s, in the 80s, and in the 90s. So why do people call and say Nigeria used to be good? That is why these people will never be free. Now, let us now go to Doyin Oku-igbe.
Oku-igbe, that useless man, man.
Yes.
And it's so irritating. I'm like, how do people do this so disgustingly?
My God, why are people surprised? No, let's keep it real. This is Doyin Oku-igbe we're talking about.
I know.
Before he jumped on the
in the first place, if it is not because
that is what I'm saying. I blame the obedience for this Doyin Oku-igbe situation. It is the obedience I will always blame, because Doyin Oku-igbe has always been a fool. He has always been a bigot, and for the fact that because he said he wants to support Obi, and this obedience actually believes somebody like Doyin Oku-igbe.
They did, until
they believed him. And right now they are surprised at what he's doing. I think this is why these people will never be free, Mayegun, because we still have these foolish, idiotic Nigerians who are surprised by politician moves. People like us are not surprised. Mayegun, people like us are not surprised by the type of moves their slave masters make. In fact, I and Martinelli, we predicted all these things. My God, you did a show, was it last week, Thursday or Friday? Everything you spoke about, I and Martinelli, we discussed it even before, and we also predicted how the chart will be moving. See, my God, man, see, thank you for all that you do. But when Nigerians are ready, we will know. Those slaves are not ready.
That one is a fact. For now, they are not.
My God, these are the people that are celebrating new states. They are proposing to make Olu state. My God, look at the social. My God, people are clapping for it. And these are the people that they said we should fight for. People are celebrating bill reading. People are celebrating. My God, when that old new national anthem came out, people were using it to do Owambe. See, my God, these slaves are not ready to be saved. But thank you for speaking on the bigotry.
And I am happy that the reason why I have to actually speak more on this is because it shows desperation from his words. And if you are desperate, I know it's already, right? That we all know that there's an unwritten code in Nigeria. Okay, that if you are tired of Nigeria, if you are tired of Nigeria problems, right, and you are looking for who to blame, you don't need to stress yourself. Okay,
just point at the Igbos.
Yeah, just blame them.
A very easy answer.
The reason why it is easy to blame the Igbo is that you are going to see others that will agree with you.
Exactly.
See, my brother, Igbos are our problem. So we know that.
And let me even add to that. Let me even add to what you are saying. I'm so happy about that journal you read. That attack of the
massacre in Anoma land.
The annual land. I actually downloaded the journal and actually read everything. My God, the moral lesson, and the reason why I'm happy you read that and that you brought that to my attention is that every fucking tribe in Nigeria participated in genocide.
No doubt.
Every fucking tribe in Nigeria is a bigot. So anybody trying to exclude themselves, man,
it is now understandable. See, I want to emperor. It is now understandable why majority of those who are non-Igbos, they easily say, they will tell you that the war. I know to like the war, but even the Igbos themselves, they need to watch their mouth.
Imagine,
because majority of them actually their parents participated in that genocide, either directly or helping to underplay the effect of the killings in eastern Nigeria, in the other part of Nigeria. Like people were doing.
I think their own forefathers did not do the same thing.
Yeah, one true emperor. They were killing people in the east for war, right? But the people they do every weekend, they do their own for Lagos. Everywhere, people they do like normal life.
Normal life, oh.
It be like nothing they happen for there. All these things we are hearing, in other part of Nigeria, right? It was like a normal life. How could that happen? How
could that happen? See, my God, see, the thing is, Michael, keep on speaking on this bigotry. And before you close, I need you to do me one favor before you end the show.
Yeah.
That Doyin Oku-igbe's video that I was praying, please play that video before you close.
I know. I'll look for it.
Also,
also,
my final point, I want to also speak on the financial situation of Nigeria. You know, these are Nigerians that somebody like Dons and Oduduwa Emefiole is their Minister of Finance and Central Bank Governor. And they think that their business will prosper. And they think that their Naira will be valuable. They should continue sitting down in the house. Sky Daddy will come and bring manna from above from them. Maigo, thank you. Have a good day, bro.
Bless you, Jare. I should be greeting you, Barika de Salah, too. Anyway. Oh, join. One true emperor. Take it easy, okay? So I have another caller. Hello there.
Hello, Mr. Mayo. Good evening.
Hello, sir. You may need to move away from the broadcast, because I can still hear myself. Or mute it.
Yeah, I have.
Yes, sir.
I've actually done that.
I think it's
so. Good afternoon.
It's sorted now. How are you?
Yeah, good afternoon again. I'm fine. This is Damilola calling from Lagos.
Dami, it's good to have you this afternoon. So how is Lagos today? And how is Leia going?
I know you come out from my house.
You go still come out. Once night come now,
Yeah.
If you don't come out, you're supposed to see get people who go drag you out. But how is everywhere? Like
Fine. We give all glory to God. I want to thank One True Emperor for his absolutely apt, would I say, suggestions or contribution. I mean, he nailed it on the head, and it's really inspiring for me. Yeah, so I want to actually talk on 4 things quickly because of the areas of conversations you had today. Let me begin from Doyin Oku-igbe. I am a very proud supporter of Obi. I mean, it's obvious on this platform. I said this several times.
I think you be Damishuku. Maybe you're actually Damishuku.
No.
So yeah, go on.
In fact, a lot of my friends know that I spent my money, I spent my time. I have a team of graphics designers I use at work that I make them do flyers for BGNs and all of that. And not because anybody gave me any money. I did everything because of the love I have for the man. And of course, since 2019, I've been looking for an alternative to the rogues we have in government. So I was ready to do everything to oust them and have a better country. That was why I did that. So, but one funny thing was that when Oku-igbe came out as supporting Obi and is the DG of his campaign and all, I called my guys. Even when all of us are supporting Obi, I told them, this is not our project. They asked me what I meant by that. I said, listen, I'm not small. Little or much, I was a politician in school. I was a part of Seyi Makinde's campaign in 2019. So I can say at least some things about politics.
Yeah, you have the experience.
So I told them, yes, I told them this is the handwork of Tinubu. They said, no, I cannot talk like that. So I told them, well, Nigeria is a very funny place because at the end of the day, we'll all get to know what is happening. Let me tell you what happened today, Mr. Maego. Peter Obi was a failed project of APC's fraud. What they wanted to do with Obi was what they did with Wiki. Sit down with them. Don't let them have a good home. Keep spoiling their camp. They should not have a settled camp. That's what they did with Wiki. What they wanted to do with Obi was take him out. He has his followership. Let's reduce their base. At the end of the day, he's an able man who would not win an election. That was what they wanted to do with him. But you know, when people have suffered so much, some strategy or whatever you call it from the pit of hell will not work. That was what
they turned the whole thing. Even Obi himself, who wasn't aware, right?
Obi himself, he wasn't aware.
You obedient turned the project that was supposed to be a bit of a little distraction. You turned it into a real thing. That's why they will never forgive
that
him.
was what happened.
They will never forgive him.
That was what happened. That was what happened. And immediately they found out that this is going to be bigger than what they thought. They started their strategy of let's run the camp too. That was when they brought this stupid gray-haired man and the Arabambi. That was when they brought them up.
Pampas, these guys.
Pampas, yes. That was when they brought them up. Then after then, they brought Oku-igbe's case. That okay, if we can paint is a campaign director general, then maybe his campaign will be hit so hard. So they did all of those things and it didn't work. Eventually, what I want everybody to know is that Oku-igbe is not a member of Labour Party. Oku-igbe is not an obedient. He's not even supporting Peter Obi. It's a project Tinubu used to destroy the PDP. And let me remind you of something so that you really see a good claim to this thing I'm saying.
You, Dami, go on.
If you remember something during the election last year, pre-election last year, somebody told Ruben Abati on live TV that, you know, this man you are talking about is your leader. You are still coming back home. I don't know if you remember that particular scenario. Somebody told him on live TV, on Arise TV, that Abati, Tinubu is your leader. You are still coming back home.
That person, I'm trying to remember the face now, but I remember that statement very well. Even you, he said,
exactly.
Even you, Abati.
Exactly. You are coming back home. Yes.
There for now, you are coming back.
So Oku-igbe is one of those boys. That was what happened. Nothing bigger than that. So just that the people have suffered so much.
Dami, before you continue with your point, I want you to kind of say something on that too, right? And that is, why is it that everybody, when they want to go back to Tinubu, they always have to play and throw the tribal card? They could easily just go back. But why?
No, they won't easily just go back. They won't easily just go back because what Tinubu himself wanted to leverage on was the tribal card itself. Tinubu didn't promise anybody anything in Southwest. He was just going everywhere and saying, so he typically has, no strategy than let's just do it the tribal way, that like they've always done. And like True Emperor said, if you want to gain popularity, you need some things to just prove to the people that you are saying the truth. Just attack the Igbos in Nigeria.
You will see.
So that's what.
See, you said I've seen the light. Thank you, Jerry, my brother.
Exactly.
You have seen the light now.
Exactly.
We told you. These Igbo people, they are the obedient. And then you'll be like, shut up.
What they don't know is that a generation is coming. In fact, we are part of the generation already that would not care about your color, your language, wherever you come from. We don't give a damn. We just want a better place to live in. Because everywhere that is comfortable is called home. It doesn't matter if it's in your house or somewhere else. So that will take me to what I want to say about Sowore. See, in 2019, in my search for a better candidate for the country, I supported Sowore. But again, I realized it's a very stupid move from my hand. Not because I don't know Sowore, not because I don't know some of his history, or I don't know some of the people he's rolling with, but because I just needed someone new to put an end. Exactly. To put an end to all this nonsense in this country. That was why I supported him. I was even told him. Let me remind you.
For him on this platform.
I know. Let me say this so that the people that know me in Edo local government will remember that they lobbied me to be the secretary of his campaign team in Edo local government. I said I'm not getting into politics. I just want a fresh breath, and I'll do everything on my own part to just do what is right. So they will be remembering now if they are listening to me. Now, this is the thing. So where is a fool? And he's also another bigot that is hiding under the guise of activism. So where is never a better.
Go on, Dami.
Sowore is never a better candidate to all of these guys. Let me start from my school days. I was a unionist in Obafemi Awolowo University, 2013-2014 session. In fact, I was voted the best parliamentarian of that year after we finished the regime. So everybody that is from where you are hearing me, at that period, my nickname was Willie D. They know me well. It was Ibikunle's presidency era. There are some guys that belong to Sowore's camp. You see, one of his lawyers, Topsy, was one of us back then. This one that they arrest everywhere and lock up and release and all, it was part of us. IBK, it was part of us. I know a lot of these guys. But the funny thing then was that we have like 4 camps in the school. We're the most popular camp. So we won the election. What happened after that? The 3 remaining camps, they formed a tough opposition. If they carry plastic, we know Sabi carry them. If you carry cup, we know Sabi carry them. To the point that we will feed them in the morning, feed them in the afternoon, and in the night, they will go and do a meeting to disrupt the school system. To the point that the management of the school system on several occasions threatened to, take back the union from us because of the many chaos and problems that was happening. To proscribe us, yes, thank you for the English. Because of the many problems that was happening at that time. These are the people trained by Sowore. These are Sowore's guys.
It's either our
so it is not
or the highway kind.
You get what I'm saying. You get what I'm talking about now. They don't care.
Then it's nobody's
if it is not their way, then it is nobody's way. That is just exactly what their problem is. So would we hand over Nigeria to this kind of people? That's why I said I was foolish to even have ever thought of supporting him at that period.
I want him to, I know Sowore, right, is somebody that if he has, with the way he has presented himself so far, right, if he has something tangible that he can give to us about Toby, he will not hesitate. We know that, right? So for somebody like that
yes.
to flippantly, just say he's a bad jewel, and then with a dog whistle to your followers.
And son, don't forget also, it's out of the way.
But it's like a pattern.
Exactly, you just say things.
It's a pattern.
It's a pattern, yes. I used to say something, and I'll say it on this platform again. I used to say that Sowore and Reno Omokri, they are the same thing. Sowore is the Reno Omokri of UK, and Reno Omokri is the Sowore of the US. They understand media. They use that really well to deceive everyone. And don't forget, Sowore brought in Buhari by tainting Jonathan. He has not apologized for that. Till tomorrow, he will not apologize. And he would always hide his identity. That is not a Tinubu boy. He's a big lie. He is one of those Tinubu boys. They know how to say to themselves. El Rufai has mentioned something like that before. He knows El Rufai knows him. They know how to mix themselves. They know where they exchange whatever they exchange. The truth is, what is it called? So where we only attack the people that are controlling him want to attack. You can just be patient and start watching the guy and the things he does. They want him to attack Buhari. He did that well. They want him to attack Jonathan. He did that well. Now they want him to attack Peter Obi. He's doing it perfectly well. And he's using his media organization to do the same. So let me quickly rush to
presenting him in a very bad light. To some of us who genuinely actually see his drive for something different, like you said yourself, 2019. Okay,
Mr. Mayegun, you know something. Yeah. You know something. People like that, they need people's validation to be able to do the things they are doing. And how will they get that people's validation? By saying that they are an alternative to the status quo. And they know that is what we need. So when they paint themselves in the light of this is what you want, this is what you need, they know we will support them, regardless of whatever they are spraying or saying. I'm sorry, African Wahala, but then the truth has to be said about Sowore today. I've listened to his rubbish too much and I can't take it anymore.
Fair enough.
So that's why I just have to say. And lastly, sir, you see, Confessor is another bigot and a very stupid old man. And I wouldn't be surprised for the fact that he lashes at the Igbo people, he lashes at Obi at every given opportunity. It is his last fight, his last dance to protect his fraudulent legacy of the Nobel laureate he earned. It was written and we have read that the award was not meant for him. It was meant for an Igbo person. So he needed to protect that legacy before he died. Let him do it. Let him continue. But then he's of course a foolish one.
Dami, thank you very much, okay, for sharing this.
Thank you so much, Mr. Maibu.
You have a good one, bro. See, on Mayegu's very political, if you disagree with what somebody says, you just have to pick up the phone and then maybe you could come in and say yours. Okay? Let's see. I think I have another caller.
Well,
hello there.
Hello, Mr. Mayegu, the General.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Anyway, thank you. I'm calling from Italy. Wilson is the name.
That's Wilson from Italy.
Yeah.
Grant.
Yes, I think I've been trying to becoming a regular caller on this platform and on way forward for Nigeria.
Please.
You see, Mayegu, there's one thing I always tell people, that maybe all these people that are claiming to love Nigeria more than themselves, claiming to like what the oppressors are doing. Please, since 1960, there's no Igbo man have ever tested the power of Nigeria.
No.
But in any little thing they do in Nigeria, they call Igbo man. Faster, they will just say, Igbo man have done this, Igbo man have done the other thing. Since 1960 has been, if you go and check it, after Nnamdi Azikiwe, which it's a Romanian president.
He never invited the president of Nigeria. It's because he wanted to stop a coup. Then he made it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So there has never been any person with power.
So now, I want Wole Soyinka, I want all these people that have been playing down on Igbo people and saying so many things and calling Igbo people names. Please, your brothers, whichever way from Hausa or from Fulani or from Yoruba, has been ruling. Obasanjo ruled Nigeria 2 times, and Buhari ruled Nigeria 2 times. This is from Fulani. This is how many? I want everybody who are listening to this program, tell me when an Igbo man has tested this power that made you to have this kind of a hatred. If it is anything that concerns Igbo people, they take it because the politicians have made it to be so. And our brothers who are playing along with them, going to the House of Representatives, putting themselves so down, never said anything. I told them there's a time will come. Everybody will say what they have. I don't pray for Nigeria to divide. I don't do that. You know why I don't do that? That is a divine, is just divine. And anybody who have a thinking faculty, we know that anywhere we have, UK is trying to divide, but they are not doing so. What they are doing, if you check the market you have, Nigeria is a big market. No African country can compete with Nigeria because of the population, because of our tribes, our culture. No African country will do that because of what we have.
You believe what you just said now? You really believe that?
Yeah. Do you know why? Do you know what I'm saying? Even if they are,
do you really believe what you just said?
I believe yes, in a way.
Or you if Nigeria, like Nigeria can be a great country, Nigeria can this and that, or Nigeria is.
Yes. Yes, Nigeria
can be. Nigeria from Nigeria is.
Okay, Nigeria can be.
I'm sorry to confuse you, okay? It's because I just feel comfortable to listen to that because I know it's not true.
No.
Okay?
No. You are right because you don't.
Nigeria could be a great place if it were managed. The population, the people, the culture, this and that, right? It could be a very great place.
A very great place.
Come on, man.
What we have now is that we have criminals in power. We have criminals everywhere. The pastors are not making it right. The imam, all of them are. Even sometimes I told them, if I can take power in Nigeria, all these people will be executed because they are the problem. They are not even saying the truth. That, do you know the problem? The problem is that nobody wants to even say the truth. Nobody. Just a peanut, you start lying. Okay, look at Doyin Oku-igbe. You said you are with somebody. It's not even up to 1 year. Okay, 1 year and you start denying what you said you are labeled for.
He said he didn't believe, he knew he won't win, but you were there lying to people.
No.
Like, what does that make you as an old man?
Yeah, as an old man. When listen, the only thing I tell Nigerians, you see, if you like, say your criminal is better than Igbo criminal. If you like, say your criminal is better than Hausa criminal. Anyhow, way you like to paint the criminal. Look at the soup we're in now. Upon all these things, Nigerian president is a criminal, well known. Nigerian vice president is a terrorist, well known. Nigerian senate president is a criminal, a money laundering, well known. Nigerian speaker of House of Representatives is a criminal, well known. Chief of staff in Nigeria is a criminal, well known, even stole in America, and all the whole governors that I'm coming to that. All the whole governors, 11 governors that Tinubu appoint are criminals, well known. They can't give account of what they have governed in their previous states. Now, all the House of Assembly members who are there supporting, saying Nigeria is moving. Nigeria is not going nowhere. Nigeria is not moving nowhere. They are all criminals. Okay, what do we do? Now, I want to ask Nigerians, I want everybody to have it in mind. During Buhari 8 years, nobody dare protest. Nobody. Now, Tinubu, they have started it, nobody dare protest. If Nigeria still continue and Igbo man go there and you want to protest and you being killed, are you being killed? Are you being... Yes, that's what I'm saying. So anybody should be mindful what he's saying or mindful of what he's doing. The Europe we are seeing today.
You go be president forever.
Not even tribe. No one tribe can be president forever. No one. So make we mind on how we are dealing or how we are saying about all these things about Nigerians or all these things about our leaders. These leaders are criminals. There's nothing like a leader. You call them by their names, because if you start calling leaders, you are giving them more respect. You call them by their name. They are all rogue. They don't deserve anything. We all live in Europe. If you steal, if you thief here, if you take anything, the law will take place. The law will take place upon you. Not anything. Nobody will save you. That is how society being built. That is the society being built. Not the way we are looking at it. Sometimes I weep for Nigeria, and I must thank you for all that you have done to enlighten our people. You keep on doing the good work. Keep on doing the good work. Sometimes, if I listen to it, I go somewhere, I go cry small. I say, why this guy is even bothering himself?
I could just stop sometimes. I could just be like, man.
I see him. I say the thing go
too long, and I know people they cry on top screen, right? That's why I have to kind of brace it up again and continue. But yeah, they talk. I go talk to reach one side, and I go just like say one more.
It's just like yesterday. It's just like yesterday on. The thing, he just with me. I said, make I off this thing because he don't they chop me. He don't they make me at the day more. You don't enter me too much. You don't enter me too much. I say, please, thank you very much. Yeah, God will bless you and keep on strengthening you. Thank you very much.
Okay, you have a good one. Okay, so that's a Wilson, ladies and gentlemen. I have another caller on the line, but I'm going to ask us who are here. If you haven't really paid your own offering, your offering is to like that broadcast. Okay, take a moment and do that. while you continue your charts in the comments. Hello.
MOG.
Sir.
I greet you as usual, my GO. Look, how are you, sir?
I'm very well. How are you too?
Good. How is Abike? I think she's okay now.
She's putting it together. You know, she's getting support. We are still on it, sir.
That is good. That is good. That's good. I call you direct purposely because of the last caller.
Sir.
I'm so happy that you corrected him of what he's saying about population of Nigeria make us to be great. There are some countries which is not up to 1 million and they are doing great. We cannot be.
We have this. Sorry to cut you, right? There is this mentality among Nigerians, okay, and it was coming from the politicians as well. They are mostly the ones that are telling us back then we are giant of Africa. We have this. The rest of Africa, we are the biggest in this, but that is not true.
No.
Sir.
No. Population is not. It's not about Nigerians. What is the population of Italy? What's the population of UK? And they are doing fine. Only we are just blessed with the bad leaders, the lawbreakers. I purposely call you because of that man. I'm so annoyed.
I know.
God bless you.
That's why I asked him that. Do you really believe what you said, or you're just repeating what we have been hearing and saying for years? And he was right. He was like, "Oh yeah. That's okay. I don't believe what I said." That's
right.
God bless you, sir. Okay.
Thank you, man. God bless you. Ọlọ́run wà pẹ̀lú ẹ, wà ṣoríire. Ọwọ́ ayé ò ní ká ẹ, ọwọ́ ọ̀tá ò ní ká ẹ. Whoever wants you to die, the person will die. Thank you. God bless you. Amen.
Yes, sir. So that's one. Okay. There are something that the Nigerian criminal politicians continue to make us believe. Nigeria is the giant of Africa. How? Oh, we have the biggest population. The rest of the world, they are going to they will be rushing Nigerians because you see the market, 200 million people. About 200 million fine bara. Poverty capital, people that cannot afford anything because the criminals in charge of Nigeria, they have economically destroyed their people. Nigeria is actually like walking poverty. Honestly speaking, I don't know if some of you understand what it means. Nigeria has been so mismanaged. Like Nigeria is textbook definition of what poverty is. Nigerians, they are like a walking poverty. No thanks to these rogues. So your number is meaningless when you can no longer afford cable TV, when you cannot afford to buy new cars, when you cannot afford to live in a better better built houses of where you cannot access or even pay for good medical care. People can't afford anything. Businesses are complaining of patronage. Your population is no longer a blessing. No thanks to these criminals who have done so well to ensure to continue to undermine the human capital development. Human development starts, a population like that, you need to educate them. You have 200 million people who are not educated, poorly educated, miseducated. Do you even understand what that means? 64 years after independence, Nigeria is import dependent. 80% of what you use in Nigeria is imported, including a locomotive. Cars abandoned from other part of the world. They are just brand new in Nigeria. 15 years, 20 years car, 10 years cars. They are brand new. Luxury in that place. People are working. They are working like jackals. But they cannot afford to even to buy themselves a car. That's too much. It has gotten so worse that people are working. They cannot afford to feed. What's the use of that population? We have super egos. Come on, shut up, man. We have Whiskey. Davido. Show normal. Are you normal? Are you normal? You know, so they did not empower that population. You are not educated. You have known nothing. But politicians want you to believe that you are a giant of Africa, which is a lie. You can't even generate your own electricity. 64 years after independence. Come on, man. Hello.
Uncle Michael.
Oh,
is that the
Are you back from church? Or you didn't go anywhere?
Church, yeah. I got back from Lagos yesterday.
Don't say that. So you've been away?
Yes, I have gist. Okay, so
now I want to listen to all the gists.
Okay, first of all, respect to all the elders in the chat room as a Yoruba girl, Ekale or Ekason, wherever everybody is. Number one, Uncle Michael, the caller that was talking about, you know, Nigeria has the largest population. That's the example that I've been saying every time I call. That's an example of the average Nigerian. When you don't have the right information given to you, you're going to think a certain way. And I think, I keep on saying this, being a Nigerian and a diasporan is very different to being a full-time citizen in Nigeria. Right? So let's show some grace to that man. He doesn't know because that's all the information he has. Maybe he hardly gets to see any news on Nigeria. Because if you live in Nigeria or if you're from the network of the elders, you have a very narrow way of seeing Nigeria. Nigeria does not share the real news. Propaganda is the biggest issue we have in Nigeria.
It is.
The biggest issue. So I wanted to say that, you know, everybody in the chat room was, you know, making some comments, but I felt bad because I thought maybe he hasn't heard anything else, Uncle Michael.
And there are many people like him. I used to be like that too, Aduke.
Yes, there's many.
To be like, oh, this Nigeria must be a great. So the disappointment I initially had about Nigeria was the unfulfilled fantasy I had as a child, right?
Yes.
Because I was like, this Nigeria, there are so many songs that we have to sing to remind us that it could be a great country. We're lied to. That's my disappointment.
Yes, it's all propaganda.
And they continue to repeat those lies, believing they will become truth. They won't.
It's so bad. It's all propaganda. I mean, even look at what he said about the population. There is no database that can allow us to know the population of Nigeria. The reason why you hear them talking about the population of Nigeria is it allows them to get government loans, international loans. Nigeria does not have a syndicated database. We do not know how many people are living in Nigeria.
We do not.
So when you hear people say Nigeria has 20 billion, it's really saying, how do we get more money from the global banks? How do we get loans?
That's right.
It's another example of, you know, propaganda.
And it's not just on Nigerians, even on the rest of the world, somehow.
Yes, even here in the UK, number one scammer, legal. I call them the legal scammers of the world.
You know, they do it illegally. You see what about the violence that states always unleash on people that they consider as, you know, decent or rebels, right? They believe that they have the monopoly of that violence. So their own violence on you is legal. When they shoot and kill you for carrying a placard, they'll say, well, the police killed you. Well, it must be legal.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It's the same about the whole propaganda thing, too. They did all the crime legally.
Yeah, and I think we underestimate how much propaganda is being pushed in our community. When I was in Lagos, like I said before, I called a couple of weeks ago, I hardly saw anything in the news, Uncle Michael. Hardly. And I didn't even have time to watch the news. By the time we got in the car, you're listening to the radio. The radio is not telling you the news. By the time we got to the meetings or the offices, the conversation was around the generator. The conversation was trying to get money to pay a bill, to pay somebody. So before you even hear, you know, the calamity of Nigeria, probably about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night.
You do not even have any more strength to possibly even talk about it that time other than just to get yourself ready for tomorrow. I get it.
Yeah.
They have made it, they have made the trouble of people in Nigeria right now about bills, right? And I think that used to be a thing in the UK too. Until, and I think also that is synonymous to economics in distress. when you have economic problem in your country, right? So you are likely going to be pushed to such extreme belief and all of that, and then you just flow with it. You know, the idea of okay.
Yeah, and so if you have that mindset, if we can look at that, when you're in the diaspora and you're saying, "Oh, Nigeria's so bad," Nigeria, you have to understand what's the context. You know, what is on ground? The poor people, like I keep on saying, they're too busy being poor. They're distracted with their poverty. So whatever plan everybody has in their mind, how are we going to make a change? It has to be a communal change. There's no savior change. It's never going to be one person, because the rich people have stolen enough money to manipulate the poor people. So if you tell the poor people, oh, you should, go and destroy the police stations, the rich people will say, well, take 10,000 naira, give it to everybody in the community.
And tell them to stay at home. Don't go anywhere.
And tell them, there you go. So when people, as we're analyzing and listening, I think there's a reality that everybody has to play a part, and it's going to be a long game. Nigeria is not going to change in 24 hours. I was there for 2.5 weeks. When I tell you, Uncle Maigo, people are cashing out. People are cashing. Unfortunately, I can't. All my friends are jeopardise. They're cashing out. I'm in meetings and I'm hearing millions and millions. And these are all legal businesses, by the way. So the elites are doing extremely well. The people supplying diesel, they've tripled their revenue. So the elites are loving this. That's why all the elites are quiet. People are building more. Everyone's saying there's a Lagos. What do they say? Oh, property market Lagos is not well. Who told you that? That's Instagram propaganda. Not while I was there. I'm seeing people sign contracts for 60 apartments for millions of naira.
Just like it's nothing.
Yeah, so we have to be careful with how we're taking information. There's a lot of propaganda. The elites are enjoying this. They're loving the fact that poor people are.
So we shouldn't expect them by any means to stand up and say Nigeria is not working. So why would they want to say Nigeria is not working when it's working for them?
Uncle Michael is working perfectly for them right now. They're loving it. Their restaurant menu triple prices. The poor people are paying 10,000 naira for Gary. Rich people are enjoying. The elite are enjoying this.
Well, I don't think it will be for long, Sha. Okay, you saw other things too, didn't you?
And that was a major thing that I saw though, Uncle Michael. The gap between the poor was getting worse, but the elites are enjoying it. They're benefiting from it. So the real issue here is the poor people who are not
for themselves, but they are too poor, or they are too busy being poor than for them to stand up, you said.
That's it.
That makes it.
And I just don't know how the change is going to happen, Uncle Michael. I was there looking around. I don't know. I think the only way a change can happen is when the poor start killing the elite. When the elite children
at Falomo yesterday, and that happens to be someone who is a big shot, but he's a foreigner, which is a Lebanese. They're asking for $1.5 million. And go on.
Uncle Michael is not enough. Uncle Michael, what I saw these past 2 weeks, I was like, what's going on? It's not even, they need to kill more of them until their children are abducted on the way to school, until the poor people start murdering their next door neighbors. Uncle Michael, the elites will watch.
They will. Right. You remember I said that too on this platform, right? That the Nigerian elites are just so dirty. They are the stinkiest elites, right? Who lives in the slum or who build their mansions and drive their biggest expensive automobiles in the slum, and they fly private jets in and out of the slum, and they are comfortable with the way Nigeria is. What kind of elite?
They love it. They love it.
They do.
Uncle Mike, they love it. Wow. They absolutely love it. And if you think they're going to be the one protesting, shit, you'll be waiting there until they die. That's the only way, Uncle Michael.
No way out.
That's the only way until they start feeling it. Where somebody shoots them in the middle of the night, the housekeeper is strangling the Oga. That's when the elites will wake up. And if you think they're going to campaign, do you know how much money? I don't think people are making in this whole Nigeria. People are smiling. What's the time right now? I know people right now are smiling.
There's this, there's so much money laundering going on as well, okay, as we speak. Because you see all this money lifting out of the government cover and all of that. Most of them are ending the private account of all these guys. Remember that restaurant owner that received over 300 million to build a two block of classroom in Lagos. But she's never been to Lagos herself, ever. Her restaurant is in Abuja and collected that bank account of the restaurant, collected money from that project. It was good. So now if you see that restaurant owner, right? And he says, "Oh, I'm just going to buy myself a latest 2024 Benz of 150 million."
Yeah.
To that person, Nigeria is working.
Exactly. Yeah. All right, Uncle Michael.
Thank you.
Thank you for always.
I would love to hear more about your other experiences in Nigeria.
It was too much. It was too much, Uncle Michael.
You know one thing about me, right? You'll be seated there watching, okay? And I'll just pick something, I'll pick something, and you're just going to be like, oh, how did you know that? I wanted to call him and tell him about that. Oh, I'm going to call him and tell him more. One of these days, I promise.
Yeah, but like I said, the elite do not care. Until the elite die, their children die. I'm sorry, that's the only way. Until the poor people become violent, until the poor people start seizing the elite. Forget the politician. I'm not even thinking about the politicians, Uncle Mike. When I say the elite, the people that run the private companies. Until they get hurt, nothing's going to change. Anyway, goodbye.
Fair enough. Thank you so much, Aduke. And you see, sometimes some things will be said and they will sound so blunt or harsh. But there are things that will likely happen. When situation keeps getting worse and worse, right? Anything can happen. Even the worst you can think of but never say out can happen and will happen. I will take my last call. I've got 15 minutes to go now, and hopefully this is the last one. Hello there. Did I take that? No, I didn't. I left it ringing. Hello there. Can you hear me?
Good afternoon or good evening, Mayego.
Good evening to you, Baba. How are you, sir?
I'm good. This is Adega from Edinburgh.
He's my brother, my neighbor. Adeza.
I'm good. Are you?
Very well, as usual,
Thank God. Well, I just want to make a little contribution to what is happening. Yeah, firstly, I want to talk about the money that the World Bank loaned to Nigeria. You see, I think World Bank too is a big problem to Nigeria because even in a normal banking sense, when you give money to somebody, you want to know how he used the money. So that if he come back the next time, you know if he's worthy of giving the credit or not. All the money that World Bank gave to Nigeria through Buhari, there's nothing that was done with it rather than just using the money for themselves. And Tinubu start again, and the World Bank is still aiding him in that corruption that they are going to. For them, bringing the issue of aircraft for both the vice and the president, that was the aircraft that Buhari and Osibajo used throughout their period. And now that it was just serviced not quite too long, and now the money they just go and secure again, they want to use it to buy aircraft for themselves. Why Nigerians are in pain. They could not be able to even agree on the minimum wage till today, and they want to buy aircraft for themselves. I think it is a time for Nigerians to really wake up and challenge these evil men, because the only language they hear is violence. Understand? Because you see that there is no sign of any good thing at all. Just like somebody who went and borrow money from the bank, I used to go and buy furniture or private car to use. That's what they've been doing with all the money they are borrowing. And the interest is keep on growing. You notice one naira interest on it. It keep on growing, and they don't know the implication it is to the economy. Secondly, During about 2 weeks ago, when they were talking on minimum wage, the first time I hear the Sultan of Sokoto saying that if they pay Nigeria 250,000, that Nigeria will crash. But these are the leaders that they've never spoke to the government to behave well, because they are taking their own courts, one way or the other. Their children are being favored in high position. They pay homage to them in the day and in the night to collect their own share. They never talk of the good of the country. Now that the Nigerians are demanding for a better life, they now think that the state will crash. So I think these are evil that everybody needs to rise up again. Thirdly, those who are saying that obedient are Igbo, let them go and see what happened during the week under review. Igbo people are they Igbo people? We saw how they shut the whole system down.
The intention of saying it so that it will become something that in years to come, right? They will say, "Oh, the reason why Obi and the obedient couldn't become this was because the Igbos were abusing everybody." They will say it, and that's why we start correcting that now. Okay.
I said something about 2 days ago. I say obedience is already a tongue in their flesh. Understand? In their sleep. When they are asleep, they see Obi. When they wake up, they see Obi. Already tongue in their flesh. So until they repent and do what is right, they will not have peace of mind. Just as the wicked calls himself that if he betray FDP, he will never know peace. And that's why he said that wicked never know peace, because he already betrayed the party. And that's why you see all this attack coming left and right for him, because he will never know peace, because already pronounced curse on himself. And the thing he pronounced curse and is following, and the curse is following him. Thirdly, I want to say concerning Nigerian, that Nigerian, we are two those are things that are supposed to get us angry, doesn't get us angry. No. Understand? So I think at this time, everybody think that they are irrelevant. Instead of them to hold the government accountable, the people that are not supposed to talk to, that's the people they'll be talking to. So until they really wake up from this slumber, because me and you that are here, it's the way we are discriminating ourselves in Nigeria. They discriminate us here. You know, me and you for don't go back to Nigeria now.
For that part, nobody will even advise us. Like just how it's done here. Yeah, that's what breaks my heart too, Adisa, right? A lot of us who have left Nigeria for years, we have our own experience in the hand of those who judged us or look at us just because of the color of our skins. And we don't know how it feels. Okay? Some of us will say, well, me, I know they care. That's what they do. I know they care them. If they do the racist thing, I know they bother me. But it does bother you. It does bother everyone. We just handle it differently. But if these same people, all of us, we there abroad, who knows how this feels, are also supporting tribalism, the bigotry, the ethnic bigotry. Back in Nigeria, we are irredeemable. But if to see the level of tribalism we are showing ourselves in Nigeria is the way they show the racism to us here, I agree. Many of us will back in Nigeria. Like, talking about this greener pasture, a lot of people will return back. Yeah?
Because every day when I sit down, I said, how can somebody be in US or be in America or be in Canada and be spotting what is happening in Nigeria?
And say, I'm standing for the right of my people. And I have to stand for our people. Are you normal? Which people?
Because I want to tell you the truth, Maegu.
Yes, sir.
If the country is bad, I will not come over here. No. If the country is good, I will not come over here.
What are you going to be doing here?
Everybody that come over here, it is because of the country that is not moving well that many of us to live and come here to a better life for ourselves and for our children. In a situation, you are in your house, you are no longer safe. You are in a place of worship, you are not safe. You are in the market, you are not safe. You are on the highway, you are not safe. You are on the air, you are on the road, you are no longer safe. These are the things that drive 80% of people who are abroad. These are the things that drive them out of their hometown and separate them from their entire family. So, but it's getting worse. So I think the issue is that just I keep on repeating this Martin Luther Jr.'s quote, that no slave master voluntarily allowed the slave to go. On the slave demands for it. Until we demand for it, understand, nothing will happen. Finally, regarding labor, you know, I told you that day that time that labor called that strike off, they will never get any strike as strong as that again. You can see that it is dying down gradually.
They are
because
now kind of saying that they are going to lift Tinubu to God.
you know that is the misconception we have in Nigeria. Everything you say God somehow fight. God created the heaven since the 7-day arrest. He has given us the wisdom He gave to us to live a normal life. But if we begin to enslave ourselves, I think that Jesus or Muhammad will come down to save us. That is not true. So I just want to thank you for the enlightenment and your contribution, because me, I see you as the real GO, not GO we have in Nigeria, because you say it as it is all the time without holding back. We are part of the religious leader in Nigeria that holding them enslaved, taking their tax and offering, taking their income, and still telling them they are going with police, security, and the rest of it. They say God is God that will secure the less privileged. God doesn't secure the leaders. So I think until we mature,
protection, they have all of these gun-wielding, hard-looking guys. When it is your turn, they say God will protect you. God will protect all of us.
So I just pray that one day they will wake up from their slumber and really demand accountability. Because this thing they are doing here, even when they come in, they be like an ordinary man. But when they go to Nigeria, they be a semi-god.
That's why I'm like, see, the reason why I do what I do, on a final note, just like yourself too, Adeza, is because these tribal rhetoric, religious, ethnic, divisive rhetoric from these guys. The reason why all of us must stand up and condemn them, call them out as they do it. We must not join them in sharing this, for example, and say, Doyin Oku-igbe says something, then it's your own turn now to attack and abuse the Yorubas generally. We must not be like that, because you know something, I live here, you live here as well, Adeza, right?
Yeah.
You could be in Nigeria where they are planting this hatred for one another. You could get caught. You, your family, anybody, myself, my family, I could get caught up in the brawl that I could be killed. And guess what? They will say, what caused the fight? It was Igbo and Yoruba fighting, Jare. That's why they killed him. But they've settled now. But what about me? Dead, gone. Any of us could get trapped in all this divisive thing. If you're not thinking, you better start thinking now. There's no point there's actually no good thing in joining them, okay, in batching yourself because you are Igbo,
I think it's only for
because of these rules. If any of you don't stop it, one of these days we may get caught up in the fight that we are not even aware of, and that could take our lives or even take something. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. That's why we never keep quiet when I see these guys.
Has been rewarded with a name after him. I think Oku-igbe too is looking for relevance or looking for food. You know, so when they let politics, now when their party is failed, they don't get money, that's the issue. They're looking for more money. So maybe by the time
they have to throw the tribal thing in there, something that could actually get people. You do know that there are people who are willing to kill themselves right now because of what they believe the Yorubas have done to the Igbos. You know, there are Igbos that they personally have this animosity.
I'm not lying. I'm not. See, if there are people who have contributed immensely to the growth of the economy of Nigeria, it's Igbos.
They are the Igbos.
I'm not Igbo, but that's the truth.
So now, because of the action of these guys, right? Meanwhile, there are still some who are waiting. They are waiting for another that will allow them go after the Igbos and kill the Igbos in Lagos. Why are they all like that? Because politicians keep giving these rhetorics. They keep giving this kind of preaches and all of that. Educated people are sharing them. That's the danger.
APC actually revealed the character of people who thought they are good before. Really, in fact, APC revealed their character. Those people were honored in the public. They are they are nothing.
No.
The APC really revealed their character. Thank you so much.
You have a very wonderful Sunday still, okay?
All right, thank you.
Later this evening, I will say hi to you. You have a good
All right, thank you.
Nice. Yeah. So that's our days, ladies and gentlemen, and that is my last caller. So I've got an appointment somewhere like around 5, okay? So then I am going to walk myself and try and see if I could be back here later this evening. But if I don't, remember, there are enough stuff that you can actually keep yourselves busy with tonight, okay? So thank you so much for this. And if I'm coming on, you're going to see the notification yourself an hour before then, okay? Stay safe, all right? And then you all have a wonderful Sunday. Good afternoon.
Máyégún làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dódòdó.
Máyégún dáyàrí Náyìnbí nọ́mbà wán.
Máyégún làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dódòdó.
Máyégún dáyàrí Náyìnbí nọ́mbà wán.
Máyégún ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú.
Máyégún dáyàrí Náyìnbí nọ́mbà wán.
Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube.
Máyégún dáyàrí Náyìnbí nọ́mbà wán.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Máyégún já wa sí.
Máyégún dáyàrí Náyìnbí nọ́mbà wán.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Máyégún dáyàrí Náyìnbí nọ́mbà wán.
Bó bá ṣe eré àní Máyégún máa wí.
Máyégún dáyàrí Náyìnbí nọ́mbà wán.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Máyégún dáyàrí Náyìnbí nọ́mbà wán.
Máyégún dáyàrí pòlítíkò.
Máyégún dáyàrí Náyìnbí nọ́mbà wán.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Máyégún.
Máyégún dáyàrí Náyìnbí nọ́mbà wán.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Máyégún dáyàrí Náyìnbí nọ́mbà wán.
Àní Máyégún làwa mọ̀ tó dódòdó.
Máyégún dáyàrí Náyìnbí nọ́mbà wán.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe. Fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Ha! Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sè mọ́bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.